Hi, AJ Hartley here, novelist, Shakespeare professor, fan of Championship club Preston North End. And if you've been paying attention to football at all, you will know that on Sunday of last week, Preston were knocked out of the FA Cup quarter-final by Aston Villa 3-0. A position that they hadn't achieved in almost 60 years. They were one game away from the semi-final, 2 games away from the FA Cup final, which they have won long ago. Preston are a very old club, one of the founding members of the Football League back in the 19th century, and have won a lot of silverware. But as has been pointed out, they haven't won anything for a long time. And this is partly why I want to talk about this briefly. The BBC commentary on the game, I thought, was bizarrely dismissive of Preston, who I thought played well for an hour and were well in the game until they succumbed to, being a mid-level championship team playing against Aston Villa's superstars. People from the World Cup like Marcus Rashford and the Argentinian goalkeeper from the World Cup winning national team. Preston lost. Are we surprised? No. But I was pissed off, frankly, not just by the BBC, but there was an article in The Guardian that was spectacularly condescending, not just about the team, but about the town and the fans and butter pies, which are associated with Preston, all of which was dismissed as sort of this bland, working class, never achieves anything, always stuck in the same gear. But in a sort of head-patting kind of way, it's nice to know these things exist, even if they're obviously sort of stupid and pointless. That was The Guardian. The Guardian, Remember when The Guardian was a champion of northern working class values? Now, okay, so full disclosure, I don't live in Preston anymore. I've lived in many places. I live in the US now. So I can't claim to be a Prestonian, but I was born and raised in Preston, and that's why I stay watching the team. And this is important because, are Preston a great team at the moment? No. They haven't been in the top flight since I was like 2 years old. But that's kind of the point, right? You don't become a Preston North End fan by looking at all the clubs available to you and choosing them, right? It's not like Man City or Liverpool or Chelsea or Tottenham or Man United or whatever, where fans all over the world who've never been to those towns. Most of the fans globally who support Preston North End have a tie to the community. They were born in it, they were raised in it, or they have family who were, or they worked there or whatever. Because this is the point. Football is not just a game. It's not just about watching people perform on the field. Of course, that's a huge part of it. And we want to see skill, and we want to see dynamism, and we want to see creativity. But we also want to see a version of ourselves out there fighting for the things that we can't get. That's the appeal of working class football, right? They carry the aspirations of the fans. They carry all the possibilities, the hopes and dreams of the people who support them. Because the world sucks. And little people are screwed, especially now, all the time. And the last thing we fucking need is The Guardian pointing out that we're crap. It just boggles the mind. I watch Preston, as I say, because I was born there. But not just because I was born there, but because my father was a season ticket holder. My father's not here anymore. And when I watch Preston, I'm watching in part through his eyes. hoping that they will achieve the things he wanted to see them achieve in his lifetime. And all the way through the game, I'm texting my brother who lives in Switzerland, who's also watching the game. And I'm texting my son, who's a student in New York, who's grown up a Preston fan because I was a Preston fan. It's about community. It's about the things that connect us. Do we wish the team was better? Yes. Do we wish they had more money? Of course! We fucking do! Of course we do! You think we hadn't noticed that we're not the greatest team? Oh my God! Everything in this culture is driven by money, and we don't have it. And that's kind of the point. That's one of the reasons that we get behind the team and we pull for them, because they are like us. So the last thing we want is some snide, smart-ass reporters and commentators dismissing the effort and saying we're bland and we're like butter pies. Butter pies, incidentally, are fucking great. And every time I go home, the first thing I want is a butter pie. So yeah, I'm a fan. And I will continue to be a fan, frustrating though it is, demoralizing though it frequently is. But if I'm going to be demoralized, I'm going to be demoralized by the team. I'm not going to be demoralized by some jackass telling us that none of this stuff actually matters, but it's nice that some people care about it because that's real. Yeah, you know what? It is real. It is real. So get off your high horse and leave us the fuck alone. And that's all I'm going to say. As ever. Yeah. As ever, please like, comment, subscribe, check out my books, check out my Patreon page. Thank you to my patrons who will probably leave in droves after seeing this video. And check out my little Dashery store. And I will talk to you soon. Hopefully when I'm in a better mood. Though at the moment that seems unlikely. You know, when everything is falling apart, and I mean everything is falling apart, this is the only time, I mean, this is why sport matters, right? Because of itself, it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense at all. It only makes sense if we invest in it. And when I say invest, I don't mean money. I mean emotional energy. I mean that we identify in some ways with the team. That they still carry a version of ourselves. That's why we care. And this is when it matters. When all the other stuff in the world is going down the toilet, this stuff matters. So let us enjoy it. All right, that's it. Bye.